Dichotomy. Webster's dictionary defines the word as a division, a split. Game 5 between the Hawks and the Stars was a dichotomy. The pain of Chicago winger Greg Gilbert as he was taken to the hospital with a knee injury. The pleasure of the North Stars as they scored 5 times on the power play. The agony of defenseman Doug Wilson as his jaw was examined on the bench. His look mirrored the Hawks' feelings as they were trounced 6-0. The winners of the President's Trophy are in a world of hurt. The ecstasy of Minnesota as they took a 3-2 lead in the North Division semifinals. The exuberance of victory. The dulling void of defeat. A dichotomy, a tale of two teams. Tonight, the Stars and the Hawks meet again in Game 6. Minnesota 1 win away from advancing. Chicago trying to stave off elimination. Live from the Met Center in Bloomington, Minnesota, Sports Channel presents the National Hockey League. Stanley Cup playoff time brings out the best, sometimes the worst, in different people and different teams. Minnesota just rolling along here in postseason play, taking advantage of a lot of Chicago mistakes and loss of composure. The Blackhawks trying to regain themselves here tonight to stay alive in the series. They'll have to do it shorthanded. Doug Wilson will not play. Greg Gilbert will not play. And, of course, Goulet's been out for the entire playoffs. A couple of call-ups have been made from the Indianapolis team in the International Hockey League. The Blackhawks tonight, if they're going to be successful, need to get some production from some people who have not been able to produce offensively, at least anyway, in this series. One of them is Troy Murray.
Well, Troy Murray is obviously, he is one of the keys. Larmer and Roenick have done the job offensively as they've done all season long. But Troy Murray with 1 assist in 5 games and only 4 shots on goal. And he needs to get some production to take some of the heat off Roenick and Larmer.
Another guy up the middle that'll be a key performer in this hockey game tonight is the big guy, Adam Creighton.
Another guy that really needs to come through in a big way offensively. When Adam Creighton plays well, it makes it easier for everybody. Now you have to pay attention to more than one line, and he has only had 1 assist in the previous 5 games. He needs to get on track. The key for a big guy like Creighton, he needs to get some work early to get into the game. For 4 of the first 5 games, he's had little work early because of the power plays against.
Well, the Blackhawks tonight without Doug Wilson, in my opinion, if the Hawks are to win this game, they need the best game of the year from Dave Manson. He might be the key performer of any Chicago player.
Well, he played extremely well in the last 2-3 months of the season. He played great in the second half, but has not performed very well in the playoffs. He needs to have a good, solid game defensively and offensively as well. He's very capable, has all the tools. It's a matter of being in the right mindset.
On the Minnesota side, a couple of their veteran performers have really shown a great deal of leadership and a great deal of character in this series. Neil Broughton, a smallish guy with a big heart, 4 goals to lead the Stars.
Well, the best I've seen Broughton play in a couple of years. He's been injured in the last few years with shoulder problems, but he really has been intense. Has played marvelously defensively, killing penalties. He's had a lot of work. He's played the point in the power play, and he's done the job both ways, offensively and defensively.
Also doing the job both ways for Minnesota in this series, a veteran who at times has been maligned around here, but Brian Bellows has played extremely well.
Well, he's been agitating, he's been aggressive, he's been in every altercation, pushing, shoving. He's been involved, and he's played marvelously, especially on the power play. He's been setting up shop in front and has done the job. 4 assists the other night, a great performance.
It has been a long time since we have had this sort of noise in the Met Center. It should be a great night here. They've sold out the building for this critical game in the series. The fans have come back to support their North Star team after quite a long hiatus, and the North Star team well deserving of this great fan support that they're going to have for this hockey game. Chicago tries to stay alive. Minnesota tries to send them home. It's Game 6. It's next.
Tonight's Stanley Cup playoff game on Sports Channel America is brought to you by Mazda Cars and Trucks. Mazda, it just feels right. By Xerox, the document company. And by Head & Shoulders, because you never get a second chance to make a first impression.
It was a simpler time. A time of hope and faith in the future. Blue jeans and white t-shirts were in. And people fell in love with the Miata. A ragtop, a 2-seater, a true roadster. Everyone seemed to be feeling pretty good. The Mazda Miata. It not only gives you a glimpse of the 90s, it takes you back as well.
Putting it together If you needed to put together a lot of information into a finished document of the highest copy quality, copy on both sides, reduce, enlarge, insert tabs, add covers, and make 12 perfectly bound booklets all in about 10 minutes, then there's only one copier that can do the job. The Xerox 5090, the way to put it together. Faxing, scanning, copying, printing. Xerox, the document company.
When sports cream, when arms are sore, when legs ache, when muscles hurt. Why Sports Cream? Massaging Sports Cream in brings fast pain relief. No medicine-y smell, no odor. Why Sports Cream? Because it works.
Over 28 million adults get athlete's foot.
I'm Jim Bird. I had athlete's foot until I used NP27. It has an ingredient recommended by doctors.
Look, NP27 stops the burning, itching of athlete's foot fast.
NP27. Nothing's a better cure for athlete's foot.
This is it.
There's only one light beer with the big taste of Miller Genuine Draft. Cold filtered Genuine Draft Light.
Yeah, we're gonna need some help up here, over.
Tonight's Stanley Cup playoff game on Sports Channel America is brought to you by Miller Genuine Draft Light. There's only one light beer with the big taste of Miller Genuine Draft. Cold filtered Genuine Draft Light.
Bob Papa in our New York studios. We will keep you posted on all of the NHL action tonight. All the first round games and series can be wrapped up tonight in the Campbell Conference. But now we take you out to the Met Center. The Blackhawks trying to stave off elimination. Here's Pat Foley and Dale Talon.
It is to have the Met Center full again, Dale. It was too long between times as far as the North Star players are concerned, and they must be drinking it all in with a great deal of enthusiasm.
Well, every time Chicago comes to town, they draw big crowds, and the 5 biggest crowds they've had this year all have come with the Blackhawks playing here. And they have a sellout. You expect it to be a sellout after the way the North Stars have played. Ed Belfour gets the start. He has not finished every game that he started in this series. He's been replaced 3 times. And 2 of the last 3 times he did not finish the game as Hasek filled in for him. John Casey's been yanked a couple of times, but in the last 2 games he's had little or no work.
Referee in this game tonight is Don Koharski, the linesman Kevin Collins, and Pat DiPuzzo. And here we go as the puck is dropped and game 6 is underway. Faceoff's cleared down into the Chicago zone. Chris Chelios is back to touch it. It'll be icing against the North Star.
Pressure clearly the word tonight. Tough to be a coach when you've done pretty well all you're supposed to do, and now it's up to the players. Keenan will be chewing on that ice with regularity, and he's started early. Bob Gainey seems real cool behind the bench, but I imagine the fires are burning inside. He's been a great competitor as a player and done a fine job in his first year behind the bench with the North Star.
Neil Broughton and Troy Murray to the left of John Casey. Now the draw, Mark Tenorti. Tied up along the board, cleared to the line, held in Chelios, a long shot, and it sailed wide. Now Craig pushes it back to center ice. Cam Russell dumps it back into the North Star zone. Two call-ups from Indianapolis are playing for Chicago tonight. Russell and Warren Reichel. It's still in the North Star zone. Graham works in the corner against Duchesne. Now Thomason, after trying to center it, Graham muscled his way to the slot, but left the puck behind as it was poke checked, and Craig clears it to center ice. Now big hit delivered on Russell from the North Stars' Craig. And the whistle sounds, and Mike Craig has really been a physical presence in this series, which we had not seen him exhibiting for the most part during the regular season, but he's been a very capable performer for the North Stars.
Russell called up numerous occasions last year to fill in for injuries and did an admirable job. He's been called up a couple of times this year. He just played in Indianapolis in their second game of their playoff series last night. Called up, he and Warren Reichel called up. Reichel now out there with Larmer and Roenick. He had such a great game in game 2 as he had a goal and 2 assists. Reichel in his first ever playoff game. Played fairly well in game 3 and then was sent back after game 3 back to Indianapolis.
Here's Steve Conroy carrying it into the North Star zone. Wilkinson with Reichel on his heels trying to get away. He lost it. Here's a chance, a shot blasted wide by Larmer. He tried to fire at a bouncing puck and missed the net. Now Wilkinson again hounded by Reichel in the corner. Wilkinson got shaken up, lost it. Here's a shot and a save by Casey on Roenick. And he hangs on, and Wilkinson complaining that a stick came up and clipped him in the corner.
The Hawks with a good start. They've played most of the minute and 16 seconds of the start in the North Star zone. They get a couple of good chances. Good work by Reichel, pries the puck loose. Larmer walks in, the puck on edge, and shot it high and wide to the stick side. And then as the puck was kept in by Conroy, another attempt. Wilkinson was hit again by Reichel in the corner. The stick clipped him in the eye, but no call. Play continued on. The puck came out to the slot. Roenick let it go and shot it waist high into John Casey. The puck was a bit in front of Roenick. Tough for him to get a location on the shot. He just wanted to get it on net.
Now Roenick and Bobby Smith for the draw, which Smith wins. In behind the net it goes. Roenick after it there got a bump, and it's controlled by Brian Bellows out to center, and Chambers takes a long shot that is blocked by Belfour, airing it around the near board. Reichel tied up, but got help from Roenick, who carried to center. Now Larmer on right wing over the line, has Manson behind him, left it for Manson, who shoots. It didn't get through. Into the far corner it goes. Now the North Stars Smith rolled it away to center, and Bellows has it there. Gets to the Hawk line. Manson gonna bump him off the play, and did. And it's captured by Steve Conroy. Conroy just calmly chipping it out to center. Dahlquist will pound it back in there. Modano to the far board, leaves it for Gagne to Modano in the corner. And Creighton able to separate him from the puck. Now Conroy bouncing into center. Might be a 2-on-1 if they get control in a hurry. Creighton puts up Presley. Here's a long shot and a save by Casey. And he hangs on. It's early in the game and still scoreless in the Met Center.
Company can learn a lot in 125 years. Valvoline has. You learn in the lab, you learn on the road, you learn on the racetrack. As you learn, you make your product better. And better and better. Today's Valvoline will keep your engine cleaner than ever before. And cleaner means more protection against engine wear. 125 years of quality. That's why people who know use Valvoline.
Mike Keenan has to be more encouraged with his start than in most games this series. And a very good start in the first 3 minutes for the Blackhawks. They forechecked well. They've got some scoring chances and a couple of shots at John Casey.
3 minutes without a penalty. That could be
a record.
A record for this series as far as the Hawks are concerned. Here's the draw to the North Stars. Gagne gets to the Hawk line, then missing Modano with a pass. Here's Modano getting to it on the far side. A quick turn, trying to center one, picked off. And Adam Creighton calming the Hawks down. He clears it to center where Presley scoops it in deep. Chris Dahlquist back under no pressure. There's going to be a penalty coming up against Chicago. Now, here's Tenorti. His pass deflecting to Chelios. The whistle sounds. And this will be power play number 48 for Minnesota. No score early.
It was a simpler time. A time of hope and faith in the future. Blue jeans and white t-shirts were in. And people fell in love with the Miata. A ragtop, a two-seater, a true roadster. Everyone seemed to be feeling pretty good. The Mazda Miata. It not only gives you a glimpse of the 90s, it takes you back as well.
Adam Creighton on his way to the box for a player change. Got bumped by a much smaller Dave Gagne. Took exception to it and slashed Gagne. Went to the box and Kowarski made the call. Creighton gets bumped. Wow, that was a pretty poor call.
I hope something else happened besides that when the camera panned away.
He just gave him a little bit of a shove. Kowarski was on the other side of the ice.
Well, the North Stars with their 48th power play of the series. Minnesota has scored 20 goals in this series. 14 have come on the power play. In fact, if the North Stars score another power play goal in this series, they'll tie a league record for playoff competition in a series. Here come the North Stars. Broughton aired it into the far corner. Chelios knocked down his man Prop there. Then Gagne in after it. Jan free to Graham. Graham takes a look. His clear. Oh, he had Larmer on the move. Couldn't get it to him. He tried to pass it through a man. The North Stars keep it in. Into the far corner it goes. Bello flipped one toward the side of the net. It came loose finally to Larmer. And Steve Larmer carries to center ice. His pass is broken up. And Tenorti the other way. The Prop flipping it in. Bouncing puck. Belfour leaving for Chelios. And he clears it down the length of the ice. Dave Gagne back to the Hawk line, trying to flip it and shot it right into the head of Chelios. Now back to Broughton. Broughton to the far circle, turning. Back to the line, held in by Bellows. Bellows up the near board to Gagne, trying to center it, couldn't get it through Conroy. They hack away in the corner. Now it's chopped free along the boards. Bellows there to keep it in. He's hounded by Lemieux, who steals and couldn't get it out. Bellows, a flip shot is blocked by Chelios with a nice move to kick it right to Presley. And Presley will fire it back into the North Star zone. Half a minute for the Minnesota power play. Sean Chambers shooting it in. Coming around behind the net, Trent Yanni, his first action in a long while, cleared it to the far side. Now taken by Hudson, and he got it to Murray, who cleared.
His first game of the playoffs, Trent Yanni, he's missed all 5 games. He's been healthy and ready to play, but has not been used.
Now the North Stars, Wilkinson, or Glenn rather, takes a long shot. That's stopped by Belfour to Manson. He sends it down the ice, and the Hawks have gotten through the first North Star power play without much difficulty. Both teams are now back at full strength. Cam Russell aired it to the far side. Modano picked it off, and Russell got it back deep in his own end. Gave it to Roenick. He has a little room to center. Roenick beating Warren Reichel. Reichel lost it as he came to the line. Mark Bureau the other way. In on Russell. Bureau dropped it to Churla, shooting it. It's a rebound. Belfour didn't control the rebound, but got away with it. It came into the corner. And a big battle there. Now Bureau behind the net against Manson. They kick at it. Nobody can gain possession just yet. Roenick in there. Then he lost it to Churla for McRae. Too well covered on a good defensive job by Warren Reichel. And the North Stars now flip it back to the Hawk net. Here's Thomas on the left wing board. They got a good hit from Bureau, who keeps it in. And Thomas got it back and gave it to Larmer, who pushed it to the neutral zone. And it's fired right back into Chicago territory. As the North Stars complete a wholesale change, Manson gave it to Murray. He couldn't hold the pass at center that was right on his stick. Taken away by Neil Broughton. And it's dumped back into the Chicago zone. Here's Dirk Graham. works his way to center, and then Murray shoots it in. Chris Dahlquist sweeps it around the board. Yanni trying to keep it in, then Broughton took it away. Banks it ahead. He got it to Duchesne. Steps over the Hawk line and bounces to Rama. And a save by Belfour. Gaetan Duchesne with a highlight film move, but Belfour made the stop. And now Yanni digs it away to Graham. There's Graham on right wing with a long drive. That's blocked. And cleared to the far board. North Stars fail to get it out. Here's Brown stealing his pass, though picked off by Duchesne, who clears it back into the Hawk zone.
What a move by Gaetan Duchesne, not known for his scoring abilities, but for his defensive play. What a move.
Hawks able to dump it in, but quickly the North Stars right out with it. Chicago's forechecking non-existent so far in this series. Here come the North Stars. Smith over the line, center one right through to the net. Belfour had to be alert with that. Into the far corner it goes. Creighton is on it there. He got it out to center. Now taken by Glenn. Ryan Glenn. Missing Bobby Smith. It's taken away by Russell. Lou Presley, Indiana man, bearing in on him. He got leveled right in front of Koharski by Chambers. And the play continues as the North Stars dump it in.
And more than 2 strides. That should have been a charging penalty.
Now it's shot back to the Chicago net. Taken by Chris Chelios. To Steve Conroy beating Peluso, who picked it out of midair and then tries to dump it in and hit the linesman, though, resulting in an offside call against Chicago as we pause for a regional break. The North Stars have yet to score, and yet they've drawn a standing ovation from their fans. No score yet.
Hey, you look like an avid sports fan. How would you like to win $100?
Do what?
$100. All you have to do is answer 6 sports trivia questions.
Like what?
Well, questions on football, soccer, tennis, basketball, golf.
Baseball?
Yes, baseball. All sports. Just answer 6 trivia questions.
What are the questions?
I can't tell you. Just call 1-900-446-GAME. Championship Sports Trivia. Call 1-900-446-GAME.
At the Joe Louis Arena in Detroit, the Blues strike first. Dave Tomlinson with his first goal of the playoffs. Tim Cheveldae with a whiff. 1-0 Blues in the first.
Picks up a loose puck in the neutral zone with a full head of steam. Looks to his left, one-on-one with Keith Brown. Stops, spins around, goes to the backhand, and lets a shot go. If he had scored there, this whole place would have gone crazy. What a great move, though, by Duchesne, not known for his moves.
10 goals in 45 playoff games for Duchesne and only 16 points in his postseason career. But highlight film possibilities with that move coming into the Chicago end. Now it's in the North Star zone. Lemieux battling Kropp on the boards, then Gagne able to clear it to center. Here comes Modano in on Conroy. Mike Modano, a long shot. Belfour got a piece of that to the right arm, and it's cleared back to center ice. With Gillis, Hudson, and Lemieux on the ice for Gillis, Peluso, and Lemieux. The North Stars had their Gagne line out. Now quick changes made by both teams as the North Stars work their way to center ice. Taken by Modano, flipping it ahead, and offside was McCray before he touched the puck. Oh, the whistle sounds.
Well, we expected this to be a great game. We expected Game 5 to be an excellent game, but the North Stars were the only ones that had a great night. 5 out of 6 goals on the power play tonight, end-to-end action, and a very solid start. The first 3 or 4 minutes, the Blackhawks were off to a good start. Then the penalty. North Stars started to pick it up since that time, though they haven't scored a goal and didn't have a power play goal. They have started to pick it up and turn the momentum in their favor a bit and starting to put more pressure on the Blackhawks. I think the North Stars were just sort of waiting back to see, feel their way around to see what the Hawks were going to do. And then all of a sudden, the early penalty, and they get right back into the flow of things in a hurry.
That's exactly right. You said it early, the first couple of minutes. A good start for the Hawks the first couple of minutes of the game. A good part of the play in the North Star zone. Hawks take a penalty. North Stars don't score, but have momentum in their favor. And since then, it's been mostly Minnesota playing in Chicago's end. Here's Roenick running at a man, leaving the puck there, but the Hawks able to clear it, and Larmer got to the line where he was knocked flying, and the play continues. Here comes Bellows. Bellows into the Hawk. Going to be another Hawk penalty coming up. Jeremy Roenick knocked down Bobby Smith, who was at center ice. On the other side of center ice, he had no opportunity to get in the play, and another bad penalty, no score.
There's only one light beer with the big taste of Miller Genuine Draft. Cold filtered Genuine Draft Light.
We're on our way.
Yeah, we'll be ready.
Well, one of the few guys that you can't complain about taking bad penalties in this series, Jeremy Roenick, his 6th game. He only has 2 minutes in penalties. Has 3 goals and 5 assists. He's done his job, but he takes a bad penalty, starting to rub off on him. Way away from the play, Bobby Smith was held from behind and went to the ice, took a bit of a dive. Meanwhile, just before that, Steve Larmer had his feet taken from under him when he tried to split the defense. That was let go, and now the North Stars get their 2nd straight power play at 9:24.
Here's the draw. Tenardi trying to center one off a skate. It goes, and then Chelios able to roll it back to center ice. Here's Gagne. He failed to get it in deep, and Russell sends it down the ice. And Russell and Chris Chelios defensively here for the Hawks, trying to kill this penalty. Graham and Larmer in front. Gagne, Bellows, and Prop for the North Stars. And now Glenn joins Broughton at the point. Here's Broughton in the deep slot. Lost it to Larmer, who clears the center, and Brian Glenn has it there. Glenn missing connection with Bellows on a pass, bouncing back into the Hawks zone. Icing waved off. The Hawks have to play it, and Lemieux managed to clear it the length of the ice. And Prop bumped on the far side, but Smith there to help out. Now Bobby Smith, who's got 2 goals and no assists in the series, but he's been more effective than those numbers would indicate. He tries to dump it in, couldn't do it. Here's Conroy back into the North Stars zone. And Smith back to take it away, then gave it away to Presley, but he couldn't complete a wraparound, and Presley tries to waste some time in the North Stars zone. Smith hounding him along the boards. Finally it's cleared, in behind the Minnesota net. Half a minute for the North Star power play. A lead for Mike Craigie was flattened by Conroy, who had him lined up. And back at the North Star net is Modano. 9 minutes to go in a scoreless first. One last rush here in a Minnesota power play as Smith steps to the line, and offside was Basil McRae, as Creighton and Yanni did a good job just pushing him in their offside.
Seconds shy of their 49th power play in the series. Hawks had 425 power plays against. 15 goals. The Islanders won the Stanley Cup that year. The North Stars have 14, which broke the Islanders' record of 13 before. That's a whole mess load of power play goals in a series.
This is just game 6. Face off outside the Chicago line. Will it be the last game of the series? That outcome will be determined here in the next few hours. Now here's the draw. Controlled by Yanni. And Trent Yanni clears it down the length of the ice. Bouncing puck. Casey got in the way. Now Wilkinson flipped it right to the neutral zone, and Yanni is on it. And he shoots it in. The Hawk penalty is over. Both teams are back at full strength. Here's Roenick out of the box, unable to corral it along the boards, and out come the North Stars with Smith shooting it in. Coming to the near corner, Gavin. Yanni rides him in behind the Hawk net. Then it's dug out by Bellows, moving on his backhand to the slot. He slipped it to the line, a long shot. They score! Neil Wilkinson, a long drive from the far side, through traffic and in. Minnesota strikes first. They lead 1-0.
Well, twice now in this this game, Jeremy Roenick's had a chance to play a loose puck when a player was hit and taken out of the play, and both times he elected to take a run at the North Star player instead of getting the puck. That time he overplayed it. Bellows picked it up. He faked the backhand, drifted out. He was tied up, got it to Wilkinson. Wilkinson on the off point, let it go. And I'm not so sure it deflected in front or not, but if it wasn't deflected, I think Belfour was screened by it. But the North Stars just outworked the Hawks to get the puck. An over-aggressive play by Roenick, resulting in Bellows getting the puck out to Wilkinson, who put it in.
1-0 Minnesota, and the draw is cleared into the Chicago zone. Cam Russell hacks it along the board. Here comes Presley to center, where he was tied up. And Neil Wilkinson is given credit for that goal. Now here come the North Stars. Madonna, a shot that's deflected toward the net and slow to the process, and Belfour covers it up. 7.5 to go in the opening period. 1-0 North Star.
When it's heartburn
plus gas,
get new Tom's Plus. Calcium-rich antacid relief plus gas-busting simethicone.
No other antacid gives you that.
New Tom's Plus.
It's time for a Fans' Choice MVP update. Here's a look at our current first-round leaders in the Wales and Campbell Conference. Don't forget to cast your vote by calling 1-900-896-2333. Know your MVP's team and jersey number. Call today.
The first goal, a very big goal, especially in the circumstances. The Hawks now need to react in a positive way with the North Stars getting the first goal. But they've really come on from the second half of this period. They got help from an early power play. They didn't score on it, but it really turned momentum in their favor.
That Wilkinson goal from Gavin and Bellows. Brian Bellows now has 8 assists in this series. That ties for the assist lead in the entire NHL in the playoffs. 8. Here's the draw. Controlled by Gagne to Madonna. His shot deflected. And now Murray will work back to center for Chicago and tries to flip it in, but it winds up in the North Star bench.
Well, Murray ended the season with the flu and lost some weight. Spent a night in the hospital. Troy Murray needs to get some offense together for this team. No goals and 1 assist, and only 4 shots on goal in 5 games in the playoffs.
All right, here's the draw now, and Russell shooting it in. Tenorti shoots it out. Now Mark Tenorti works his way to the Hawk line, trying to cut in. Chelios hurried back to tie him up on the far side. The puck came free behind the net to Russell. Cam Russell hounded by Gavin, then taken away by Smith. He sent it, a shot. Block, rebound, they score! Brian Bellows, as he was left unchecked. The Hawks had 2 men in the slot. Neither one of them knew Bellows was there. And Brian Bellows picked up his own rebound. And it's 2-0 Mini.
Well, Mark Tenorti did all the work in the corner. He and Chelios. First, Russell is in the corner on the outside. Chelios decides to stay in front. Reichel comes to Bellows, is left alone in front. The shot blocked by Chelios, goes right back to Bellows. Chelios let him go, and Bellows picked up his own rebound and put it in. The North Stars just outworking the Blackhawks in the Blackhawks zone for the last 2 goals. They had enough people back and enough opportunities to freeze it or tie them up, and they failed to do so, and it's a 2-0 North Star lead.
To the North Star zone. Jim Johnson put it to the far side. McRae got run over. That's going to be another penalty. Basil McRae run over by Paul Gillis from behind, or Troy Murray rather. And the Hawks are going to be shorthanded again. It's Minnesota 2 and Chicago 0.
Let's take off our sneakers and get comfortable.
Uh-oh, sneaker odor.
Let's go to the movies.
Tame ferocious sneaker odor with Sneaker Tamers from Odor Eaters. Springy insoles with activated charcoal, the world's most powerful odor destroyer. Sneaker Tamers has it. Scholl's doesn't. Sneaker Tamers absorb sweat, destroy sneaker odor, guaranteed for the life of your sneakers.
No more sneaker odor.
Sneaker Tamers from Odor Eaters.
At the Northlands Coliseum, Craig Simpson with a gorgeous movie beats Mike Vernon. And for the first time in this series, Edmonton has the lead on Calgary, scoring the first goal.
Aren't getting any help. Charging call on Troy Murray. He was gliding into Basil McRae. Down he went, and a charging call on Troy Murray, and the third straight power play for the North Stars, and this still 6.5 to go in the first period.
Here's Graham over the line. He goes down, and there's the make good call by Don Koharski as Tenorti will be sent off here, and the veteran Graham making a wise decision to hit the deck, and so it'll be 4 skaters aside.
The North Stars nullify their third power play. They haven't scored with their power play tonight, and that's the news. But they have scored 2 quick goals here in just over a minute. 11:49, Wilkinson on a blast from Bellows, and then Bellows on his own rebound as he was let go in front by Chelios. And it's 2-0, 12:58 into the first period. So Tenorti gets a penalty for holding as Dirk Graham took a dive in a shorthanded opportunity. Things don't look too rosy for the Blackhawks. They've not been a good come-from-behind team all season long, and one of their wins, though, they trailed 5-2 here in Game 3 of the series, and then came roaring back to win 6-5.
Here's the draw to Manson. He tees it up, and his shot is blocked. Coming to the near side where Johnson is surrounded in the corner. It's taken away. And now Conroy on the near board. Looking to advance it, but got stopped, and it's taken away by Smith, who's gotten a lot of play here early in this game. Smith flipped to the center, and Bellows really got leveled there in a collision in the open ice. And now the North Star just fire at the length, and there's going to be an icing call against Minnesota.
Wilkinson, I think, thought that he might have been short-handed, and now he just whacks himself in the helmet. He just cranked it up to the top of the circle to the left of Casey. Well, Bellows with his head down, a good opportunity for a good stiff body check. Larmer, one of the bigger players, has sort of moved to his right and stuck out his leg and upended Bellows. What a series that Bellows has had. A goal and an assist in tonight's game, and 11 points in the series on 3 goals and 8 assists.
6 minutes left in the opening period, 2-0. In favor of the North Stars. Here's the draw in the Minnesota zone. Dirk Graham has it in the near corner. Put it to the deep slot. It's picked off. 3-on-2 the other way. Here comes Broughton. Racing over the line. He slipped it in front to the feet of Wilkinson, or Modano rather. And the Hawks for the North Stars couldn't get off a shot. Now Broughton is still shooting. Deflected just wide. And now the Hawks try to start back. Graham on right wing into the North Star zone. Leaves it for Thomas. Thomas trying to pull his way to the front of the net. Nothing doing. Taken away by Chambers. He chips it ahead into the Hawk zone. Modano was ahead of the play, and the offside whistle blows.
Dirk Graham just leveled Chambers in front of the penalty benches, angled him into the sideboards, and hit that partition right in front of the box. Chambers carrying the puck up. Chambers missed a lot of ice time this year with an injury and surgery, and pays the price there. Even the penalty gate door went open with the hit.
Center ice. Here's the draw. Control by Keith Brown. Gave it to Trent Yawney. Out to center and Presley. Crisscrossing to the line, then shot it right to Casey weakly. And it's put back into the Hawk zone. Prop racing after it against Yawney. Got there, but Yawney managed to tie him up. And now Brown moves away against Gagne. Gave it to Yawney on the far side. Flipped it to the neutral zone. North it back in. Now Presley trying to feed Hudson, who didn't see the pass coming. Hudson finally captured it at center, got it to Conroy over the line. He centered it. Manson cuts in. Manson now the shot. Casey a diving save. Rebound Presley. Casey stopped that. Over the far side it goes. Lemieux to the corner. Both teams are back at full strength. Here's Hudson behind the net for Lemieux. The shot is blocked. And Karams to the line. Held in by Conroy. Shooting it around the board. Lemieux in the far corner. Okay, hit there, and then Presley came in to help, but the puck squirts free to Gavin, and he'll just clear it back to the Chicago line. John Casey with his first work of the game, making a couple of good stops. Now it's dumped back into the North Star zone. Lynn sandwich, but he held the puck. Two Hawks hit him, and Wilkinson still held the puck and cleared it to center ice. Russell has it there to Chelios. Gave one away, but now Chelios able to clear it to Steve Larmer at center. He dumps it in. A bouncing shot is gloved by Casey, and he's going to hang on to it with just under 4 minutes remaining in the opening period. 2-0 Minnesota.
For the first time in history, the compact pickup ranked most trouble-free was also ranked highest in truck customer satisfaction. Mazda, a truck so tough, we guarantee it long enough for a trip around the world. Twice. Mazda trucks, guaranteed tough.
It just feels right.
Well, John Casey's had little work in the last two games. It's his two best saves of this period. One on Dave Manson, who waited, might not have been able to score. He was in behind the goal line when he finally made the move, and then Presley picked it up, a quick turnaround shot. Casey hustled back and got his left toe on it.
Face off to the left of John Casey. Now Murray won a draw to Brown. Here's the long shot. Casey gloved it. He didn't seem to locate it till the very last second. A lightning quick glove enables him to make a good-looking save.
Well, Brown can shoot the puck, has a good shot from the point. They had to wait till it flattened out, then took a look and got it by. Casey saw it all the way, though, as there was no traffic in front. It was to the left of him, and he made the glove save. I think he made the save look tougher than it should have been by a little dramatic TV save, swinging his arm up in the air.
Now the draw taken by Murray to the far corner. Roy Murray against Smith, got away from him behind the net. Then Smith able to tie him up, and Chambers takes it away. And Bellows cleared it to the Chicago line. Trent Yanni circling there. Yanni flips it back into the North Star zone. He got run over by Johnson after he made the dump in. Here come the North Stars back. Broughton in on Brown. Broughton trying to get around him, and Brown finally played the body after he backed into the hash mark. Into the near corner it comes. And now Thomas looking to clear and did get it to center ice. Tenorti to Craig over the line to Broughton. He put it to the far side. Duchesne turned. And then his pass broken up. Finally corralled by Craig. Looking to center one. It deflects right to Thomas. He shot it to center, and Larmer. Dave Larmer shooting it in. Chris Dahlquist back. Gave it right back to Larmer, but Tenorti's all over him along the board. And now it's dug out by the North Stars, Duchesne. 2.5 minutes left in the first period. 2-0 Minnesota as Manson starts from his own end. Gave it to Roenick at center. Clearing it in. Chambers hammers it around the boards. Held in by Manson, who put it to the near side. And Modano chopped it back to center. Here comes Propp. Ryan Propp against Manson. A long shot. Manson a good shot block there. But it's held in by Gagne. Clearing it around the board. On the near side, Reichel. Wearing number 42, Warren Reichel. Clearing it out to center ice. North Stars dump it right back in, and Manson takes control. Clearing to center, and Lemieux in over the North Star line, surrounded. Gillis tries to carry on, but couldn't find the puck. And Shane Sherla chips it to center ice. Hawks dump it in, taken by Johnson. Johnson cleared it to the far side. Wilkinson almost forgot that little black thing he's supposed to bring with him, but now gave it to Bureau. He clears it down into Chicago territory. Elios and McRae to the corner, and Sherla then in after it. Gillis stepped into him. They wrestle along the boards. McRae going to jam it free. Now Sherla does. Sherla takes a look along, quick shot gloved by Belfour, and he decides to play it, only giving to Chelios, who works his way to center and fails to get it in there deep. 40 seconds left in the period. Now the Hawks shoot it in. Wilkinson fought off a hit again, but he lost his stick. Now kicks it to the near side. Drayton works in the corner, jamming it loose to Hudson. He cuts in center, it just missing Presley. Now Brown holds it in. 20 seconds left. Brown for Drayton. Here's the shot. Big save by Casey. Rebound to the line. Yanni a long drive, doesn't get through, but Presley picks it up. The shot didn't get to the net, and there's going to be a penalty coming against Minnesota. And the first sustained pressure of this game, and really a couple games, put forth by the Chicago team here.
Well, Hudson started the play, tried to feed Presley, just missed him and went to the far side. Presley picked it up, drifted over to the right side, tried to let the shot go. The penalty, I would imagine, is going to be a holding penalty. With the first sustained pressure of the last 3 games for the Blackhawks. Jim Johnson, the former Penguin, gets the penalty. 9 seconds only remaining in the first period. This will be the second attempt with the man advantage for the Blackhawks, so their first one was only for 12 seconds. Their power play has been struggling of late. They got off to a great start. They had 6 goals in the first 3 games, but no goals in their last 2 games on the power play. They had chances early in both those games, didn't respond and didn't score, and then the North Stars got a mess of penalty opportunities, power play opportunities in the remaining parts of those games.
Here's the draw, and Tenorti, here's the center, here's Gavin with a long shot. He beat Belfour, and it just missed the far post. That didn't miss by much. That Belfour just fanned on it with the right pad, but the puck sailed wide, and the first period is history. 13 shots on goal for Minnesota.
The North Stars are 2 periods away from knocking off Chicago. Minnesota leads it by a 2-0 score at the end of 1. Edmonton leads Calgary 1-0 late in the first. Out to the Northlands Coliseum, here's Chris Cuthbert and Jim Poplinski.
In the regular season, they dropped off in a couple of games in this series, but they do have 4 goals for 25 opportunities. That puts them 9th overall. 5 goals out of 25 opportunities. Nieuwendyk going down because he keeps his feet moving. Tikkanen letting his stick go, trying to plead his case. Van Helmen would have none of it with a minute and 11 seconds left in the first period. Calgary gets their first power play opportunity of the game.
We'd like to welcome viewers of Sports Channel America to the Northlands Coliseum in Edmonton. Chris Cuthbert along with Jim Poplinski. It's 1-0. The Oilers leading on a goal by Craig Simpson. Glenn Anderson with the assist at 12-13, but now the Flames looking for the equalizer as they go on the power play. Otto, Gilmore, Wilson, Suter, and McKinnon. Penalty killers McTavish and Lamb as the Flames clear it in with under a minute to go in the period. And it's quickly sent down the ice by Jeff Boukabou.
So one of the things that has improved penalty killing in the league over the years is the introduction of video. So many teams tape other teams' power plays that they get a real good idea of what the options are, and they have a better opportunity to defense against it.
Gilmore against the boards, comes back to Suter. Now Gilmore again as the Flames set it up. Suter, his shot blocked by Lamb. McInnes will have a try. Gary Suter, Wilson on the move. Otto parked in front. They're trying to get more traffic in front of Grant Fuhr in game 5. 16 seconds to go in the period. McInnes to Suter. Trying to get a shot directed at that goal. There it goes through, but the traffic is too heavy. And it's blocked out at center with 5 seconds to go. Suter may have a chance for one shot. He dumps it into the corner, and that will do it for the first period. for the first time in the
So Craig Simpson's goal gives Edmonton a 1-0 lead over Calgary. At the end of one period, the Oilers 2 periods away from eliminating Calgary. More of the 1991 Stanley Cup playoffs after this timeout on Sports Channel America.
Rock and roll is okay, but I prefer rap.
Awesome.
Wait a second. Shady Acres was supposed to get the Coke, and the frat house was supposed to get the Pepsi.
Coke, Pepsi, what's the difference?
I-24. This is radical.
Experience TV in a whole new way. At its most provocative, daring, and different, HBO, it's simply the best. Then, experience the most in your movie mix with Cinemax. For the most movies on pay TV, the HBO Cinemax combo. Call now and experience it.
Hi, I'm Ann Liguori. Each week I sit down with a personality from the world of sports and do some serious talking, one-on-one. I get beyond the statistics and explore the individual behind the athlete, their secrets, their struggles, their interview on all kinds of issues. And we have a lot of fun, too. So join me, won't you, on this week's Sharp Sports Interview.
All human animals hunger for trusting relationships. Me, I trust my snapper dealer. Just ask him about his total protection warranty. Talk about trust. And about your free $50 or $100 U.S. savings bond when you buy a new snapper mower and additional snapper items. Gentlemen, how about a hug?
Welcome to our New York studios. I'm Bob Papa. After one period of play, Minnesota leads Chicago by a 2-0 score. Elsewhere in the 1991 Stanley Cup playoffs, and of one, St. Louis leads Detroit 1-0. Blues trying to stave off elimination, force a game number 7. At the Northlands Coliseum, Edmonton leads Calgary 1-0. Craig Simpson with the goal. Grant Fuhr playing in his 100th playoff game. And later tonight, we will join it in progress, the Los Angeles Kings and Vancouver Canucks, as the Kings try to wrap up that series in Vancouver. Well, speaking of wrapping things up for the 51st year, the Rangers season ends without a Stanley Cup. Last night, the Capitals eliminated the Rangers in 6 games, winning at the Cap Center in Landover, Maryland by a score of 4-2. The Rangers did not come up big in this series, and after the game, in the bowels of the Washington Cap Center, general manager Neil Smith talked about his team at the Cap Center.
Totally f***ing pissed off. We can all look at the stats and figure out that there's some players on our team that are paid for production and their production wasn't there. So that's a sad statement to make. And it should be a sad summer for some of these guys that think that they're high-profile players and high-paid players and they produce nothing.
The venomous tones of Ranger general manager Neil Smith. More of the 1991 Stanley Cup playoffs after this timeout on Sports Channel America. We'll take you back to Minnesota.
Tough on persistent dandruff, Head & Shoulders Intensive Treatment presents the NHL's greatest hits. Clean, rugged hits are one of the NHL's most dramatic features. The Bruins' Gary Galley helped lead Boston to the Stanley Cup Finals in 1990 with his aggressive, hustling play. As an integral member of one of the league's premier defensive units, Gary Galley delivers some of the NHL's greatest hits.
I got a meter.
Down, boy.
Oh, it's now or never.
Attention, shoppers. You're at a romantic dinner at her place. Candlelight, wine, something with a little spinach in it. And for dessert,
come on,
humble pie, because she sees your dandruff.
I don't have dandruff.
Fine. Use your regular shampoo.
I can't have dandruff.
Aisle 9.
You mean you use Head & Shoulders?
Yeah.
But you don't have dandruff.
Right. Neither will she.
Head and Shoulders.
Hi.
Because you never get a second chance to make a first impression.
The Xerox Total Satisfaction Guarantee is one of the 10 most significant events in the history of the plain paper copier industry.
Significantly better than that of any of its competitors.
The Xerox Total Satisfaction Guarantee. When you put together better products and services, you can put together a better guarantee.
A consumer's dream. Putting it together.
Faxing, scanning, copying, printing. Xerox, the document company.
When your office is 200,000 acres of rugged woodland, and you train the men who prevent anything from happening to it, you can't depend on just any deodorant. Men count on Old Spice deodorant. It works to prevent odor, to neutralize it before it starts. There's nothing else this effective with the clean classic scent of Old Spice.
Hi, Ann. Can I stay at the office?
You bet. Old Spice deodorant, because prevention is the ultimate form of protection. Count on it.
When it's heartburn.
Plus gas.
Get new Tom's Plus. Calcium-rich antacid relief plus gas-busting simethicone.
No other antacid gives you that.
New Tom's Plus.
It's time for a Fans' Choice MVP update. Here's a look at our current first-round leaders in the Wales and Campbell Conference. Don't forget to cast your vote by calling 1-900-896-2333. Know your MVP's team and jersey number. Call today.
After one period of play here at a jam-packed Met Center, it's the North Stars 2 and the Blackhawks 1. And with us in this first intermission, the all-time leading scorer in North Star history, Neil Broughton. Has got to feel like old times for you. You're at the top of your game, and yet everybody in this seat, every seat in this building is full up. It's got to make you feel pretty good.
Oh, it's just exciting. I had the hair stand on my head going out there before the game, and it was an exciting first period. Both teams were skating excellent, and we were fortunate to get a couple 5-on-5 goals, which we haven't had too many in this series, but we did get a couple in the first period.
This is the type of series that I expected, the type of game in every game of this series, but this probably the best period. Would you agree that that's the best period so far?
Well, I think a lot of the games have been cut back by a lot of penalties, and a lot of the flow has been taken away from both teams, especially Chicago. But tonight, starting the period, I think they had 3 penalties that period, and we had 2, but I think one was well, a guy from Chicago was in the box. But this was definitely the quickest and the highest paced period I think we played out of the 5 so far.
Neil, I think you're probably playing as good a hockey as you played a couple of seasons ago. Did it take a little while maybe to adjust to a new coach and a lot of new players once again?
No, I don't think so. It's the puck is just going in the net, and I don't know if I played any different. I'm just trying to play strong defensively, and you know, when I do get chances in the offensive zone, try to bury them. And this year I only had 13 goals. My shooting percentage was lousy, and the puck wasn't going in the net. But it seems to be finding the net so far in the playoffs, and hopefully, you know, it can continue if I keep getting some shots.
Do you see a lot of frustration on the faces of your opponents in this series?
Well, we definitely did the other night in Chicago. Anytime I think you beat Chicago in the stadium like that, I think some frustration was shown, but we knew they were going to come out very strong tonight, and they definitely played, I think, one of their best periods of the playoffs, and you know, we held it right in there, and we're fortunate enough to get a couple goals. So it was a great period, and I think you know, there's a little bit of frustration, but they're going to have probably a stronger second period.
Well, I'm sure you'd like to get back and get a nice rest for the second period. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks a lot.
Neil Broughton, our guest. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more after these messages.